Yeah, well, there ain't no strength in saying, this is mine, you can't have this. That's what they're doing with Saint Denis.
They can do whatever the fuck they want to that town. I don't care if they take the whole thing, kill everybody in it. I really don't care, truly. But some of them crossed me. So now it's on forever, till I die, till I collapse. Till I collapse. And they know that. They don't come around and say, well, so Mills is working for you. Mills is doing your bidding. He still thinks we're sitting here handing out orders to people. On account of that's how he operates, you know, they give him orders. I know every single one of these people. I spent time in Saint Denis, I've been around for a long time. Up until now, all I ever got was yes, yes sir, no sir. Now all of a sudden they grew up here. But I see through it. They can't fool me. Just like you said, you can see strength in people. It's not only you that can see that. Everybody's got that innate sense. Everybody. I've thought a lot about what that sense is. Because it goes deep. Doesn't have a smell. Doesn't look any sort of way, you can't draw it in a picture. Maybe that's what they call the spirit. This boy in his hole, or what's left of him, he had a lot of it. Always had my back. Just like Mills, he always had my back. Ever since we linked up, he always had my back. My brother Jay, man, always had my back. Jed always had my back. Kaniklo always had my back. Maybe some of the time I didn't merit it. You know, I'm real good at pushing people away. That's my specialty. I pray to God they bring someone back. I pray to the Lord they bring somebody back.
Well, best pray to them old gods too, then. Tired of getting wet yet?
No. I'm tired of waiting. I'm gonna continue standing here. I'm gonna close my eyes and think about Clay a bit. Think about what he would do, what he would say.
Yeah, I wish I would have met him. I'd like to meet the man who you'd call a leader. I'm gonna guess there's very few people that you would follow.
Self-proclaimed leader. I followed him on the very last day. He usually let me take the charge. Anytime there was any sit down, any discussion, anything that was about to pop off, I would talk and he'd be right there next to me. But on that final day with the Del Lobos, he put his arm on my shoulder. He said, Jack, I got this. He never did that before ever in his life. So I did what my brother asked. I shut my mouth and I puffed out my chest because I knew whatever the fuck was gonna come out of his mouth was gonna be real good. It always was. The Del Lobos were asking for peace, and at that time, we could have used peace. There was a whole lot of people after us, just like now. Maybe even worse then. Then he started talking. And I can sense that the other side was getting nervous. Clay was bullheaded. But on that last day, he was demonic. I ain't never seen a motherfucker so bad as I did on that day. He told those folk about all the people he put in the cold, cold ground. He told them that he was getting ready to send a few more over there. Next thing I knew, he made a move. The dust settled and all our enemies were on the ground too. All of them. I looked around, I couldn't find Clay. Kept screaming his name, I couldn't find Clay. We rode out looking for him. Turns out after what he did, he came straight over here without us knowing. Went straight up to a deputy. His last words were, "I'm a sick person." You know, he was dying. He was sick. The doctors only gave him so long to live, but he refused to go out in a bed. For years I blamed him. For months I blamed him for leaving us the way he did. I gave up this outlaw life. I thought any life that could do what Clayton did, or make a man do what Clayton did for us, just abandon us that way. Go to die without telling us nothing ain't no good life. So I went over to Saint Denis. I thought I'd reinvent myself. I'll be a businessman. I was a damn good one too, Tusi. Outperformed everybody over there. I'm telling you, I had that city in the palm of my hand. I was telling them how we're gonna do things. The DeChanzos came to me one day and said, "Please, let's mark out little territories." I told them that's not how we're doing it, and they accepted it. I had a friend there named Salamones, the Worm King, leader of the Cuts. He was also dying from a similar illness to Clayton's. And one day he told me he's gonna go operate and die in a bed probably. And never in my life had I been more disgusted by somebody. And then it hit me. I realized why Clay did what he did. Because he wasn't gonna go out in a bed, clutching his sheets. He was gonna go out with a weapon in his hand, screaming, "Fuck the world." From that day when I came to that realization, and when I heard Salomon say he was dying from some illness, and how he was going about that death, I abandoned that life. I gave it up and I came back. It was that worm's weakness that woke me up.
Well, I'm glad you got that message. I'd like to see you in a suit, by the way.
Hell no.
Did you run around wearing little suits?
Oh, I wore something.
No, it sounds like Clayton died with his boots on.
Oh,
I
he
mentioned
did.
that to you before. You gotta die with your boots on, Jack. We only get one life, and it's very short, no matter how long it is. Whether you use 80 or 20, it ain't long enough. It never will be. And you can't control the way life treats you sometimes, or the way the world comes at you, but you can certainly control the way in which you die. Well then, I would have really liked Clayton, I can tell.
Rather they died than my brothers died. That's what he said. Rather they died than my brothers died. Rather they died than my sisters died. Rather they died than anybody I give a rat's ass about die. If they want to come here, talking about war and killing, he say then they better pray they're quicker than me on a draw. His words are like a gospel to me. I hear them right now in my head.
Don't be sorry for me. Be sorry for them fucking crossing me.
And I'm tired of this fucking sign. War don't bring nothing. War only brings death, fella. Rather they die than I die. Rather they die than my brothers die. Than my sisters die. Than anyone who I could give a rat's ass about dies. If they don't want peace, if they don't want to resolve this until one of us is dead, they better hope and they better pray They quicker than me on the draw, fella.
But there's one thing you didn't talk about. I heard a lot of stuff about the good guys versus the bad guys. You wanna know who keeps the bad guys in check?
Here's riders.
Bad guys like us.
Mills, I really don't want to do this.
It's fine, Shields. These fucking innocent
James.
people don't need to be hurt. Just let them take me.
Your Jefe came begging me to give your people work, cause y'all were lost. Don't forget where you came from, cause I'll make you remember.
You asking me if I would die for Pip?
I just want to know where your heads are at. Because I'm telling
Let
you,
me tell you something right now, fella. Let me tell you something right now. Pip and me, we've been brothers for a long time. Ain't nothing gonna stop me from riding with that fella, from fighting with that fella, and from dying with that fella. So when you ask me if I would die for Pip, the answer, motherfucker, is yes.
It might or it might not.
Will or it won't. That's depends on you.
Riders coming. Kill the horse.
Leave the horse!
That's the funny thing, Peter. You say that Jack won't care about Wade. You say that Jack don't care about us. Well, that motherfucker would die for me any day.
Yeah, well, you wanna know something, both Fred and Jack?
Hold on, I ain't done.
Oh, alright.
And motherfucker, you better know that I would fucking die for him any day.
I think there's a few people here with lots to lose. Me? I ain't got nothing to lose anyway. What am I gonna lose? The ranch, quite frankly, I don't think some of the people that live down there got the intestinal fortitude to live the way we live. If they abandon that ranch, go out to the wilderness, go out to the alleyways and streetways and street corners, I don't know if they got the fortitude to live like that.
Y'all is all my brothers. Me and Kaniklo, we's more than brothers, me and him. Don't make me spell it out.
Let's go, Clay. I'll turn myself in with you.
They're not gonna take it as sensical for turning yourself in.
Let me make a scene.
Blackwater's the closest.
And the inability to walk of his own volition.
Boo fucking who? That's war, fella.
Shut the fuck up and let me
You
finish.
shut the fuck up.
Now listen, Mills, we are gonna have a conversation. Trust, and I ain't gonna fucking torture you, but you're gonna come with us.
What they do to baby?
They killed him.
How?
They took all their guns, pointed it, and pulled a fucking trigger. That's how.
Then why the hell are we standing around? Let's do that back to them.
You tell the Del Lobos that I'm gonna put a nail in each one of their fucking eyeballs and fucking hammer it right in their fucking skull for what they did to my baby. Do you hear me? Do you hear me?
Well, I'm sorry, fellas. Down in Thieves Landing when I killed one of them, I should have finished the job and killed all of them.
You talking about my baby?
My baby. Sí.
Tell me what your name is.
Eliana.
Eliana, huh? Goodbye,
Sí.
Eliana.
It's our territory, don't ask me. They might think they want to run around here we're done with them, they're gonna be changing their minds.
Let's remind these motherfuckers who we are.
What do you guys think, man? That was a good intro, man. That's a good vibe, guys. That's a good vibe. That's a good vibe, man. That's a good vibe. For sure, man.